Greg Ruff along with you, and joining me is Coach Sam Harris here in the pregame for the Kentucky State game. It is the last Trevecca athletic event for 2014 on the home schedule, that is, and it's the last one before your break as you head into 2015. A lot on the line tonight, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. You always want to go into break off of a win. There's no doubt about it because the kids come back with a lot of energy and effort, and we come back really and have Kentucky Wesleyan, right off the bat. So I think we have a 3-game road trip coming in those next 2 weeks when we come back as the students return to school. So, yeah, it's an important game for us, and it's one that, I think our guys look forward to. We have a lot of kids from that area. In the Louisville kids, and then it's just a big game. I mean, Kentucky State is a recognizable Division II opponent with the great history, and so it is. It's kind of a. I told our guys that this week in practice. It's. I know it's the last game. I know you're here. It's what we do with our time while we're here to make sure that we're prepared, and I hope that we will be.
Well, you're coming off a stretch where you've won 4 of the last 6, and you want to again keep that momentum going as you head into conference play.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And it's funny because as you look at our schedule, I didn't realize how many days we'd been on the road, Greg. We went to West Virginia after beating Huntsville at home, when we went straight to West Virginia on Wednesday. Won the 2 conference games, and then the kids had final exams. We got home early morning, Sunday morning, and then we had final exams on Tuesday, Wednesday, left Thursday afternoon. And in the first 2 games, played similar to how we've been playing, really. I mean, we'd played fairly consistent, shot the ball well. And then at St. Joe's, we just ran out of legs. We just couldn't shoot it at all. And I didn't even think about it until I got home. My wife said, "Okay, you've been gone 10 of the last 14 days." And I said, "Oh, no wonder we didn't run very well." No wonder we didn't run. So that's bad scheduling on my part. It's one of those things where they look good on paper, and it looks good expense-wise because you're already up in the area and you're trying to play as many games as you can for cost effectiveness. But probably just in terms of the number of people, we weren't counting on the injuries of Christopher Elliott and Mac Walden. If you had 2 more players to rotate in, I think we would have been okay in that game. But with a couple of injuries, it just made our kids be on the floor a long periods of time, and I think it caught up to us on Monday night.
Let's talk specifically about Kentucky State. The Thoroughbreds are a team that does like to get after it out there. We saw that last year. Talk about your game plan going in. What do you have to do to win this one at home?
Well, number one, I think we got to handle the ball. I know they're going to press us some, and it's not unusual in that teams, for some reason this year, have all started pressing us some. I think we got to handle the ball. We got to make good decisions in transition. Secondly, I think we've got to be able to prove that we can rebound the ball defensively. We can't give them multiple shots. They've got a couple really good perimeter players. We've got to contain them, limit the number of touches that they get, and that includes just making sure that we don't get dribble penetrated on and they get easy ones.
A couple of the coaches that we've played this year, I've heard them in their post game or quoted in the paper saying those Trevecca guards are pretty good out there, as good as we'll see. That's something that has to make you pretty proud.
Yeah, our guard play has been really solid, and we've gotten good post play from different people. I think when we get everybody back and healthy, I think the second half of the year is going to be a lot of fun. People don't break the season down into segments like coaches do or, other people do. But, we had so many new players, and I know playing so many games early without extra practice time, I knew some of those were going to be tough. And we're still trying to figure out what our rotation is, what our role is. And, we always talk about after you play 4 or 5 games, you shrink your bench, which means which players are going to play in which situation. And we've got to that a little bit, but we haven't finalized it because we've had 2 people that have been out. And so it's still going to take us probably till the middle of January to get the right rotations in the right spots, whether it's offense or defensive substitutions and the right combinations on the floor. But then I think from the middle of January on, I think our basketball community will see a great basketball team.
It's Trevecca and Kentucky State, the last basketball game, the last home athletic event for the 2014 season, right here next on TeenYourTrojans.com.